Hello, everyone. This is Sunil Sundaraj from njvarsity.rivals.com. I'm happy to welcome in Don Bosco Prep High School uh, Ironman, senior Alex Geraci. Today, thank you, Alex, for taking some time out to speak with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, Sano.
Congrats on your career there on the football field at Don Bosco Prep, Alex, and also committing to Dartmouth. If you've had some time now just to sit back and reflect on your career there at Don Bosco Prep. What just comes to your mind first, Alex?
Yeah, Don Bosco definitely is a different experience from any other school. Just over the 4 years, like all the people I've met, all the coaches, players, truly tremendous people there. Obviously, we didn't end how we wanted to. Still had a couple more games on the schedule, and then we kind of got stopped abruptly. But overall, looking back, I'm definitely I'm definitely proud of the steps I took at Bosco to get better every year, every day in the weight room. We never kind of got a ring that we wanted, but even just being in MetLife itself was an amazing experience.
No, that was incredible. Just going into your senior year here, Alex. With everything with the COVID-19 pandemic and the fact that you guys were just able to get onto that football field and play the game that you love. Just going into your senior season, was there anything personally, and then of course as a senior class that you guys wanted to accomplish this year?
Yeah, we definitely had a chip on our shoulder because everyone outside of Bosco kind of thought that we were just done because of the 2020 class
Mhm.
after they graduated. They thought there was really no hope for us, so we definitely came in with a good mindset that we should prove everyone wrong. And then we never really got to finish out the season, obviously. But just being able to get onto the field was definitely a great accomplishment for us. I know in like April, June, a lot of people doubted that we would ever get to play a game.
Mhm.
And then even playing 5 games was a lot better than a lot of high school players were allowed to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, I can only imagine, especially, for the whole team, but for the seniors especially. You guys want to, I said, end your career like on a high note, and I'm telling
Yep.
you, it could have come. A better ending
Yeah.
between Bergen Catholic on their
Yep.
home turf.
Yeah,
Can
that was
walk
amazing.
people, everyone through leading up to that week of the game day, and then just it was just, probably one of the best games of the season. They went back and forth, and then you guys are able to win there in the closing seconds of the fourth quarter. Can you just, describe that, Alex?
Yeah, sure. That fourth quarter was probably the most electric quarter of football I've ever experienced. Going into the week, we just came off of a St. Joe's loss, and then we were trying to, kind of our little motto. We compared it to the Army Navy game,
Mhm.
and how Army once said that they'd rather go 1-9 and beat Navy than go 9-1 and lose to Navy.
Mhm.
So we sort of had that mindset, especially thinking that that might be one of our last games with the COVID-19. So we really just practiced hard. No one had any kind of like mopey mindset about that we weren't doing as good as we thought we should have during the season. We were just all grinding hard during the week
Mhm.
to beat Bergen, and then it really did pay off in the end, especially in that fourth quarter there, which was just amazing. And then being on the field watching that was it was I can't even describe it. It was it was amazing.
Yeah, no, just to see you guys streaming out onto the field, and I said just all the emotions, and you've been a part of this rivalry. It's legendary. Just like one of the best, not only here in North Jersey, the state of New Jersey, and across the country. I feel what just what comes to your mind, or just what that feeling that I said you guys. This year you won, and it just it's to see two of the, most elite, teams, top teams in the state going head to head and just a heavyweight duel, Alex? Can you just talk
Yeah,
about that?
I
Yeah,
mean, but in the rivalry, there's definitely a lot of hate, and there's also a lot of yeah, there's definitely a lot of hate and also a lot of respect
yeah,
as well going into it. And so kind of winning that game as the last game of my high school football career and
yeah,
like all the senior class, it really just it's great because we get to carry that into us with the rest of our lives that we
yeah,
beat Bergen on their field in our last game,
yeah,
which really kind of seals our kind of how do I put this? It really kind of seals, I guess, our legacy
yeah.
as that class.
I mean, there's so much tradition, and again, you see players from both schools and even the rest of the non-public fours, go to the next level, college, NFL. How great is it to just, be a part of that tradition, Alex?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, just in the group four, there's just so much talent all over the field.
Mm.
And then when you see people in the NFL that played in that division or that conference, it really is just kind of um, it makes me really just grateful that I'm able to have the opportunity to play at this level.
Yeah.
Um,
Just going back to the 2019 season, I said I know it didn't end the way you guys wanted to. A very difficult loss to St. Peter's Prep. In the non-public Group Four final there at MetLife Stadium. But for you guys, that ride, said you guys were able to again accomplish quite a bit. In the wins over St. Joe's, and eventually, it said reach MetLife. But just to just the experience of playing in an NFL stadium and against the top team in St. Peter's Prep and playing them right down to the wire, pushing them to the it said to the ends level. I mean, what did that mean? Said for you guys as a team and as for the program as well.
yeah, I mean, when going back to the start of that season when we were 2-4, I know our team had a lot of talent, and we really just kind of had to find our identity.
Yeah,
And when in that first Joe's game, we really kind of just meshed together as one team instead of being a bunch of talented individuals. And for that 5 game stretch where we were able to win every game and then beat both Bergen and Joe's in the playoff back
yeah,
to back,
yeah,
and then get to MetLife. I mean, we were definitely banged up going into that Peters game. I know there were definitely some key players that weren't 100% that definitely could have swayed
hmm,
the outcome of the game.
yeah,
But I mean, I think everyone on the team can say that they're proud of the way that we were able to come back that season and show what kind of like the old Bosco is like, just
yeah.
hard football and not giving up. Yeah.
You guys were nicked up this year too, Alex. I mean, I think even heading into
Yep.
that Bergen Catholic game, you had a number of guys you didn't know we're going to play, and it's just showing that grit and determination to go out there and persevere, and just set aside those injuries was that was truly remarkable to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Definitely.
Can you talk about Coach Sabella? I said I had the opportunity to speak with Coach, Iggy Arena within the last week. Just talk about the coaching staff and what they've meant to you as far as your development here the last 4 years at Don Bosco Prep.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, Coach Sabella is just great. I mean, first of all, he knows how to win. He knows the keys to winning,
Yeah.
and he's like he's just a real coach. Like he'll preach what he preaches, and then he'll go by those. He'll go by his words throughout the whole season. He'll never change. He'll just kind of keep chopping the fence, is kind of or chopping, as Rutgers will say.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
keeps kind of chopping the same the same words, same kind of stuff. And then it does work. It's just his intensity and his love for the game, his care for the players. And he's not going to go easy on you. You'll know if you messed up. He'll yell at you a little bit, but then off the field, he'll ask you like how your family's doing and everything. He does kind of all the little things that
Yeah.
a head coach should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have helped because he coached, within the division, so
Yeah,
it just having that,
yeah,
familiarity, with, the other teams and their coaches and players. I'm sure it helps out as well,
Yeah.
Alex. I just wanted to talk about your training. I said talk to a bunch of players. It's that there's never an off season, and
Yep.
I mean, once the season ends, you're
Yeah.
you're back in the weight
Yeah.
room and training for the upcoming season. Just wanted to get your perspective on just how you went about it these past 4 years.
Yeah. So typically after our season, we'd have about 2 weeks off, and then we'd be back in the weight room 4 days a week, with Coach Tank leading the lifts. And then for me on the weekends, I would go to my trainer Scotty, who's
Okay.
now he's now training at MapFit. So he was more of a speed trainer, but also kind of technical lifting. And so I would do my speed training with him and lifts as well on the weekends. He got my 40 time down to like a 4.68, which was previously around a 5, my maybe freshman year.
Okay.
I know he also helped my brother run a 4.5. So yeah, he really helped a lot.
That's great. That's great. I wanted to ask you just about Don Bosco Prep High School. Of course this year different with the remote learning, but the support you receive from the students, from athletic director, the administration, and alumni. I said again the legacy, the tradition at Don Bosco Prep, and also
Yeah.
asking you about playing the home games there. Not, I mean, one of the best environments. Of course,
Oh
I
yeah.
said in Bergen County, North Jersey, and across the state and the country. If you could just describe that, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one thing that we were definitely missing this year were those packed student sections, the
Yeah,
packed stands.
yeah,
I mean, especially at those Bergen games with
yeah,
just thousands of people lining the fence. It's really just it's kind of a one in a lifetime moment, especially in high school.
yeah,
But just kind of looking into the stands and then just seeing all the students there. The student section packed almost like 800 people every
yeah.
game. Um, and then the alumni always coming back. They're always checking on how we're doing. It really is kind of a 40-year school, not just a 4-year
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when you guys played, you see ESPN2 coming, to town, and I
Hmm.
mean that just must,
Yeah,
give you that jolt, instead of confidence, and and just have that enthusiasm to go
yeah,
out there and perform at the best, Alex.
yeah, of course.
There's also another component, Alex, is being a student athlete. Balancing out the books, and of course, football. It's not easy. Uh, I wanted to ask you, just how you've been able to, handle that, and just
Hmm.
these past 4 years.
Yeah, so right now I'm in 3 AP classes, and it definitely can be hard balancing with football, especially in season. But what's really helped with us is we have a study hall every day after school for an hour before workouts or practice. And Miss Libby Guy kind of runs that. She's a Jake Guy's mom. So when she came in, it was definitely kind of a swing in the academics of the program. I know before she came, I'm not sure what the team average was, but just this year we finished with a team average in the 90s, which is insane for a football team, especially.
Yeah. You said you committed to Dartmouth. You signed your letter of intent last
Yeah,
week. Congrats on that. I just wanted to ask you, as far as
thank
making
you.
that decision, what made Dartmouth, said the perfect fit for you, Alex?
Yeah, so of all the opportunities I received to play at the next level, I mean, they were all tremendous schools, all great academics, great programs. I think the thing that set Dartmouth aside for me is, I mean, one, they absolutely know how to win. Um, from what I've seen, all the players just love football. They train hard. All the coaches, or a lot of the coaching staff, has been there for 10 plus years. So it just kind of shows that it's just an amazing place that people don't want to leave. I've never heard a single bad thing about the school of all my mom's friends, dad's friends that have went there.
Mhm.
I've just never heard a negative thing about the school. Then obviously the academics are kind of next level. in the Ivy League. So
Yeah.
while I did definitely have some under tremendous options, I just couldn't pass up on Dartmouth.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I was curious, just with sports, growing up, Alex, if there were any other sports besides football that you played, and then when you truly discovered that look, football is my passion, and this is something I could be good at, for years to come, in high school and beyond that.
Yeah, in kind of eighth grade, I was a three-sport athlete. I
Okay.
played basketball a little bit, and I was pretty big into lacrosse as well. In my freshman year, I got moved up to the JV team for lacrosse.
Hmm.
But I decided after freshman year to only focus on football, just so that I could get that full off season to lift.
Hmm.
And then between my freshman and sophomore year, when I did play lacrosse in the off season, I probably only gained about 5, 10 pounds. But then between my sophomore and junior year, I was able to gain about 35 pounds,
Oh, okay.
moving to
Okay.
tight end.
Yeah, that's good. I was just wondering, whether it be in the college game or NFL, if there are any tight ends that, and then if you could, yeah, I did forget to ask you as far as playing that position, what it make, what makes it so unique and just, special for for you, Alex.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, tight end is definitely a unique position. Probably one of the hardest positions to play on the field because you have to block down linemen and then
Yeah,
beat DBs the next play on a
yeah.
route. I think one tight end which I definitely watch a lot is George Kittle,
Okay, yeah.
because just of his pure athleticism, his route running, and then also his willingness to block. I mean, there's
Hmm.
definitely some freaks like Travis Kelsey and then Gronk
Yeah,
who are just giants, but
yeah.
unfortunately, I'm not 6'6", 6'7", so I definitely have to implement more speed and athleticism into my game.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I wanted to ask you about playing with the quarterbacks here at Don Bosco. Just if you wanted to mention them, just having that connection because just developing that chemistry. You know how much during the
Hmm.
off season it takes. And then in training
Yeah.
camp, and then once you get into the regular season. Just wanted to get your feedback on that, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think like a quarterback is definitely very important to playing receiver or tight end. And then in my sophomore and junior year, a lot of the balls that were thrown to me were from Jack Will,
Hmm.
who was a 3-year starter at Bosco. Um, so he was definitely kind of a role model to look up to. He trained extremely hard every day, never gave a rep off. And then in my junior season, we transferred over to Jake Robbins,
Yeah.
just kind of as it was better for the team overall. And then Ja transferred to safety then.
Hmm.
But I mean, Jake Robbins, he came in with me as a freshman. So we kind of had a 4-year connection. I
Hmm.
played a little bit of JV with him. And then in junior and senior year, we maintained that connection and we were able to transfer it to the varsity field. But Jake specifically, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen many people willing to work harder than he is. Um, he went hard in the classroom. He would always be early to practice lifts, and he really just is kind of a great role model to look at. And when he's calling the play and I'm running a route, I can definitely count on him to give me a good ball.
That's great. Yeah, I remember. I think it was last year. I mean, he just stepped in, and it just just calm and collective,
Yeah.
and he's just continued to display that same type of just it translates to the field, said on and off the field.
Mm.
I said I can't thank you enough for the time for Alex. I didn't want to forget family, your parents, and said your siblings, just what they've meant to you, in your progress, and just the support you've received from them, here.
Yeah, I mean, tremendous support all the way around from my family. They really support me in anything that I do. My dad doesn't really have much room to not support me since he was in the army. So he kind of
Okay.
dragged us all the way around the world. um, but yeah, just growing up kind of in the army family too,
Mhm.
um, kind of supplied me with just a little bit of grit to never really kind of just give up on anything like during a lift or a plank or anything like that.
Yeah,
So definitely kind of gave me the roots of kind of the man I am today.
it's great. Just wondering, what makes the game of football so special for you, Alex?
I mean, it's the biggest team game in the world, so you
Yeah.
really have to rely on every single teammate, and just the bonds that you create with the players is unlike anything else that I
Yeah.
have ever experienced. I mean, even on the lacrosse team or the basketball team, like it's possible for one player to really carry the team, but in football, you really have to rely on every teammate.
Yeah.
So I know that my Bosco teammates, I'm definitely gonna maintain contact with and
Hmm.
keep a bond for the rest of my life.
It's great. Final question is that, you know, now being a senior, you're able to pass down, knowledge and experience, what you've been able to learn on the football field to young underclassmen, the
Mhm.
freshmen especially. And you see like younger kids trying to figure out, look, do I want to play the game of football? Am
Yeah,
I cut
yeah,
out for this? Do I want to put in the same, hours and, training, into this? Because it said it takes so much to, again, perform it, at an elite level. Just wondering what your advice would be to those younger kids, that again, want to play, high school football.
yeah. Well, I mean, playing the game of football, especially at this level, definitely is not easy.
Mm,
I mean, if someone told you that it's easy, they're lying to you. But
yeah.
at the end of the day, just kind of winning a big game with your brother's teammates against like a big rival like Bergen, there's just no experience like that. So all the hours that you put in sweating into the weight room and practice, um, like it really is worth it at the end of the day. Um, and then for people wondering like if they should put in the effort if they're undersized or something like that. I mean, no one really goes into high school at perfect playing form or whatever. But I mean, really anyone can be a great player if they just put the work in.
Sounds good. Uh, is there anything else? The floor is yours, Alex. If you want to add anything, I don't want. I hope I didn't leave anything out here. As far as the questions.
Um, I don't know if I have anything else for you,
Okay. All right.
but
Hey,
yeah, I appreciate it.
right. Congrats on your success. I think
Thank you.
again, representing, said the team, the school, proudly your family, and I said congrats on your upcoming graduation from Don Bosco Prep, and then at Dartmouth College next year, and looking forward to seeing what you do on the next level.
Yeah, thank you so much.